The game on Friday. That's what we're expecting here this afternoon as well in Cleveland. The Vikings 11-2 in the Horizon League, 15-5 overall. Milwaukee 5-9 in Horizon League play. They are 7-16 overall. And we are set for basketball. Kelly Pfeiffer steps in the center circle. The jump ball is in the air, and it's won by the Milwaukee Panthers. They'll come ahead against the Vikings man-to-man. Jordan Lathan in the front court against Amoy Hodge. He'll bounce pass it over on the left wing to Golston. Now Baldwin down low just outside the block against Gomillion. He'll set it out. Left side, Sims bluffs the three, dribbles in. Free throw line jumper is short. Rebound tipped, loose. Grabbed by Parker for Cleveland State. Outlet Patton. Vikings trying to run. It's 3-on-3. Patton in the front court, out top to Parker. And there'll be a reset coming here for Cleveland State on offense. Parker will send it over to Spider Johnson. High post left. Johnson working man-to-man against Moses Bowl. On the left wing, it's Parker. Over to Hodge. 30 seconds in, scoreless game. 8 on the shot clock. Hodge, sideline right, hands to Gomillion. Gomillion on the dribble drive to the free throw line. Pumps, passes, one to shoot, out to Hodge. Three-pointer, in and out from the right wing. Almost got it. Contested three-pointer as Golston was up on him, but he just missed. Milwaukee's got the basketball in the front court now. On the right wing, it's Lathan. He'll get it to Baldwin, and now Golston on the left wing versus the man-to-man. Golston uses a screen, heads to the left side of the key. Backs down Parker, trying to take him in the lane. Going to turn around and fade from 15. He shot at about 13. Rebound Gomillion for Cleveland State. Scoreless game, 1:15 in. Here's Patton in the front court. Out top Gomillion. Takes it to the right wing and pulls it out against the Milwaukee man-to-man. Vikings and Panthers here today in Cleveland. Now here's Gomillion out top. To the left elbow. Goes right side, Patton. Thinking about the triple against Baldwin. Now crosses over, dribbles down the lane. Kick out pass Hodge. He'll drive to the baseline, got to the rack, scores the left-handed layup.
Wow.
2-0 Cleveland State.
Love how he kept the ball away from the defender and finished with that weak hand, supposedly.
Milwaukee breaks some three-quarter court pressure. Corner right, it's Golston for three. Around the rim and out, Johnson. A one-handed rebound. Then he is harassed by Milwaukee, but got it away to his teammate. Now in the front court, it's Patton. Corner right, triple try. Back iron and off. Rebound collected by Golston. He averages 4 rebounds per game. He'll come ahead for the Panthers, who trail by 2. 2 minutes, 10 seconds gone here today in Cleveland. Golston right of the center circle. The dribble comes to the left wing now. A switch to Gomillion. The Vikings crouch in that man-to-man. Corner right now with the basketball. It's Sims into the lane. Stops, whistles, travels. Took an extra step on an attempted spin move. Vikings ball.
Spider Johnson is just playing tremendous defense, interior defense. And that last rebound he had, Al, he rebounded with his left hand and held the guy off with his right hand. Unbelievable athletic ability there.
2-0 game here in Cleveland, 2.5 minutes in. Spider Johnson, high post left, will send it over to Parker. Left wing out about 30. Milwaukee crouching in that man-to-man as Parker takes the dribble, gives to Hodge at the right point. Hodge against Baldwin. We got a whistle and an offensive foul on Johnson for an illegal screen as he was trying to set a pick on Baldwin.
The Vikes are trying to exploit the matchup. They think Hodge can, run Baldwin crazy around screens. He's not as fast. He's a little lengthier, a lot lengthier, but that time Spider got caught with a moving screen on that action.
2-0 Vikings, 17-10 first half. Baldwin in the front court right wing, double teamed. Gets the pass away, intercepted Parker. Parker runs ahead, it's 3-on-2, now 4-on-3. Got it to Johnson, to the rack, he scores. Went up in the air, caught the ball and laid it in, and Pat Baldwin Sr. says timeout. It's a 30-second timeout with 17 minutes to go in the first half. 4-0 Cleveland State will keep it right here. So the Vikings get a couple of layups. They are 2 of 4 from the field. Milwaukee 0 for 3 in the early go.
Well, when Cleveland State gets off to their running game, that's usually a bad sign for any of their opponents. One of the best teams at finishing off breaks in the country.
Coming into today, the Vikings average 75 points per game, giving up 69, while Milwaukee scores 66 points per game, giving up 71. This is the second
by the double team that came his way. So that's part of his growing process. He's got to recognize stuff like that.
Vikings come into today in first place in the Horizon League, a game and a half ahead of Oakland. Milwaukee can be one of those very dangerous teams, very talented group last year in the Horizon League tournament. Gave Cleveland State a scare in the semifinals before the Vikings pulled away late, but They've got a group here that they can score points, they can rebound. So Milwaukee's a team that you've got to watch as you approach March here in the HL.
They just beat Oakland 2 weeks ago.
Here's Lathan against Hodge. Over to Baldwin. Three-pointer from the left wing. In and out. Rebound tipped out near mid-floor. It's going to be tracked down by Lathan. He'll drive on Gomillion. Stop on the baseline as Patton cuts him off. Comes back into the lane. Going to fade with the one-handed shot from 4, maybe 5 feet. In it goes. First two for Milwaukee. Jordan Lathan has him 4-2 Cleveland State.
Pretty little jump hook on that spin.
Parker in the front court. We'll go to work on Lathan. Give it high post left now, or rather right to Johnson. He'll pass it left wing to Parker. He's out about 27 feet, maybe 28. Looking back door for a lob. Nothing there. So we'll go out top to Hodge with 10 on the shot clock. Over to Johnson, also at the top. Dribbles to the right. Hands off Gomillion. 5 to shoot. Crossover dribble in the lane. Bounce back door for Patton. Deflected away out of bounds off Milwaukee. CSU ball on the baseline, but 4 to shoot.
There was a kick ball there. Wondering why they didn't add some seconds onto the clock. Maybe it's because it was under 10.
Don't say it wasn't a kick that might have gone off his shin. 16:08 on the first half clock. 4 to shoot. 4-2 Vikings. Inbounds coming. Parker gets the cutter. Gomillion left block. Got a fade from 12 on the jumper with 1 to shoot off the rim. And Baldwin has the rebound for Milwaukee. He'll trot it ahead to the front court. Left wing. Going to flip it over there on the left wing to Golston. Take it to the right point. Try to pass it to the left side. Deflected ball. He got it back and sent it to Baldwin anyway. Baldwin against Hodge. Dribbles left of the key. Stops. Sends it out top. Bull. Moses Bull heads to the right elbow. Flips it over there on the right wing for 3 from Golston. It's good. And Milwaukee has their first lead. They're on a 5-0 run. They're up 5-4.
Parker and Gomillion didn't communicate on that switch there. And Golston popped wide open.
15:30 on the first half clock. Vikings man-to-man offense. Johnson high post left. Fakes the handoff to Patton. Dribbles to the right wing. Flips it there to Parker. Takes it to the right elbow. Jumper from there is good. In rhythm. Deshaun Parker his first 2. 6'5" Vikings.
I'd like to see him do more of that. That was beautiful. No hesitation on that one dribble pull-up.
Unselfish player.
He really is.
Parker. He'll give it up a lot of times when he's got an open look. On the right wing, it's Lathan against Gomillion. We'll send it over to Sims. And he drove and he missed it as he went up for the dunk. Rebound came out to Cleveland State. Gomillion in the front court. Goes right wing Hodge. Corner right Patton. Wide open. 3 ball in the air. Good. Off the set shot from Torrey Patton. His first bucket. 9-5 Cleveland State. 14:50 first half.
Torrey was 2 for 3 the other night. His 3 ball's looking better these days.
Sims sends it down low. Bull put it up, blocked by Hodge. And then we've got a whistle. Jump ball. Hodge tied him up. It'll be Cleveland State basketball when we come back. Full timeout on the floor. 14 minutes, 41 seconds remain in the first half here in Cleveland. Our score, Cleveland State 9, Milwaukee 5. Hey, Andrew or Corey, we do not have the monitor. Yeah. Center, Cleveland State and Milwaukee. The Vikings lead the Panthers 9-5. Alongside Pat Vianchik, I'm Al Pulowski. Great to have you along here as well. If you're looking for the perfect light fixture or ceiling fan, it's never been easier than with the help of Luminance Brands, headquartered right here in Northeast Ohio. The team's providing customers with generational quality and comfort for over a century. Learn more about light fixtures, ceiling fans, and so much more by visiting luminancebrands.com/Go Vikes. Luminance Brands, the biggest fan of your Cleveland State Vikings. Off the timeout, Cleveland State will get Mamor Majak on the floor along with Yahil Hill. They join Patton, Gomillion, and Hodge. Milwaukee with some subs as well. Donovan Newby has checked in. So has Devin Hancock. And they will join Baldwin, Sims, and Golston.
Newby hit some threes the other night against Oakland, or 2 weeks ago when they beat Oakland. So he's a dangerous player off the bench for Milwaukee.
Now Milwaukee's gone to a tandem 2-3 zone here as the Vikings have the ball in the front court. Hill out top. As the Vikings work to the basket to our right. Now Patton on the right wing. Out top it goes Hill. Hill's going to send it down low. Gomillion baseline left, fell down. We got the ball out to Hill, 8 to shoot. Over on the right wing, Patton going to settle and fire away long on the three-point attempt. And the rebound's collected by DeAndre Golston of Milwaukee. He'll get it over to Newby, and he'll trot it ahead. Cleveland State 9, Milwaukee 5 as we approach the 14-minute mark here today in Cleveland. Newby against Gomillion. Vikings remain in that man-to-man. Out top, Golston dribbles to the right wing, inside the arc and back out. Sends it over to Baldwin. Against Gomillion, 10 to shoot. He'll drive, took an extra step as he throws it up, no good. They'll say Gomillion held him on the floor during the drive. First foul today against Trey Gomillion, the second against Cleveland State.
Well, Baldwin has the length, and you see he's got good skill here. He drives that gap. draws the contact.
Cleveland State will stay on defense as Jason Woodrich comes on for the first time. The sophomore from Beechwood, 6'7". Majak is out. Hodge also checks out as Deontay Johnson returns. Inbounds coming, baseline left of the backcourt. Donovan Newby, 9-5 Vikings. Inbounds goes to the right side, and Golston. He's driving the lane, lost the ball, picked it up on the block, double team, got it out to Newby, left wing triple try, back iron and off. Johnson, the CSU board. Out to go Million, throws it ahead Hill, flying ahead, going to the rack, cut off on the baseline, throws it out to the corner, and Woodrich, and they'll say he stepped, Hill did, on the baseline on the pass, and they'll give the ball back to Milwaukee. Cleveland State, their second turnover. Milwaukee has 2 turnovers. Vikings 4 of 8 from the field. Milwaukee 2 for 9 in the early going.
A lot of coaches would say as we watch that drive by Hill that it's a bad turnover by Hill, but Coach Gates wants that speed, and he doesn't mind having a turnover occasion because they forced that action.
Golston from way downtown, about 27, maybe 28 away, sinks the three-pointer, all net.
Same spot as the last one. Yeah.
He has 3 today, 9-8 Cleveland State. 13-12 to go before halftime. Nice no-look pass from Johnson to Gomillion on the cut. Missed it. Tips it up with his left hand and in. Gomillion follows. He's got 4. And it's 11-8 Cleveland State. 13-minute mark, first half. The front court, Newby working on Hill. Man-to-man D out top. He'll head to the right wing. Use a screen. Continue to dribble. Lob it top of the key. Baldwin against Johnson. Dribbles to the right. Flips it to Newby. Newby backs it out near mid-floor on the logo. Crossover dribble, heads to the right. Step back jumper with a toe on the line. Missed it. Rebound Woodrich for Cleveland State. Gets it over to Gomillion into the front court. Vikes by 3. Gomillion out top. Patton fakes a pass to the right. Goes to his left. Newby fell down, and he's going to draw the charge.
I would like to see the replay on that. That looked like El Flapo to me.
First foul on Patton.
Let's check it out
against Cleveland State.
He definitely was in position to take the charge. I'm just not so sure Torrey Patton made him fall down, to be honest with you. I'm not sure there was enough contact. Great job, though, to get in front.
Moses Bowl comes back in for Milwaukee. Patrick Baldwin takes a blow here. Also back on the floor is, let's see here. Now Baldwin's going to come back. I was going to say there's only 4 players for Milwaukee on the floor. He'll inbound.
Cleveland State would like those odds, I think.
He'll take 5 on 4 every time, right? 11-8 Vikings, 12:30 to go in the first as Newby will work it across the timeline, guarded by Hill. Uses a bowl screen and comes to the left wing. Continue to penetrate. Now kick it out to Baldwin, left wing. Triple try, high arcing shot in and out. Rebound Johnson, whistle, foul on the floor. Cleveland State again?
I think it was on Woodrich for holding Bowl.
First foul on Woodrich, 4th against the Vikings. Milwaukee still sinless here in the early going in Cleveland with 12:21 to go. 11-8 Vikings. So Woodrich guilty of the foul. Milwaukee will inbound. Baseline left to the backboard. Golston will have the honors. Another opportunity for the Panthers here. They've been struggling from the field now, just 3 of 12. Inbounds Bowl, trapped in the corner, but got it out. Right wing Golston, high arcing 3 in the air. Front of the rim and off. Johnson the rebound, turns and gets it out to Gomillion. He'll come ahead quickly with the Vikes ahead by 3. Gomillion down the lane, right-handed layup is good, just willed his way to the hole. We've seen him do that for the last 3 years here in Cleveland. 13-8 Vikings. He just keeps going, and if you don't get a body in front of him, there's no stopping him.
That is a brilliant move. That was against 3 defenders in front of him, and he knew how to attack and finish it off. It was amazing.
Hancock will get the ball sideline left to Newby. Out top, Golston. Good quick first step down the lane, going to force it up. No against Johnson, and then as Gomillion got the rebound, Bowl cracked into him for the first foul against Milwaukee today. It's on Moses Bowl. Full timeout on the floor. Vikings basketball when we return. With 11 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the first half in Cleveland. Our score, Vikings 13, Panthers 8. Back after this. Generally, he's focused on the 1 and the 2, but he's played all 5 spots in his 3-year Cleveland State career.
Yeah, we talked about him in the pregame about how versatile he is and how he has accepted this point guard role, which he never played at all in his previous 2 years here. And he's done a tremendous job with it in that last attack on the basket. I mean, that was a man-sized move right there.
Trey Gomillion, he has another year of eligibility next year if he would like it. He's a senior. He will graduate, but because of COVID last year, he got the bonus year. And so far, that's been a boon for Cleveland State, as all of the players that had the bonus year could have left this year. They all stayed. Torrey Patton stayed. Al Eichelberger came back. Craig Baudouin came back. So the Vikings have really taken advantage of that opportunity. A lot of majors, they love players, other programs.
Right. Well, it says a lot about Gates and
Certainly
the
does.
relationships he has with his players.
Front court, Cleveland State with the ball and a 5-point lead. It's Johnson against the man-to-man. Gives to Hodge. He'll try the triple. Good from the right wing. Well, he's got that quick release. 5 points for Hodge. 16-8 as the Vikings double up Milwaukee.
All by design off the timeout. That was what they wanted to do, and they executed it to perfection.
Dennis Gates is one of the best at drawing up plays. Thomas into the lane. He lost the ball for a moment as he got in there. Josh Thomas, strong player. We've seen him in the past for Milwaukee. The left side, here's Thomas on the dribble. He'll get it out top with the basketball. Now it's Lathan. Over to Thomas, left wing, 7 to shoot. Drive right to the key, in the lane, spin, pump, lean, shoot. Good. Boy, tough shot. He got it over Gomillion. And Josh Thomas, who has done well against the Vikings in the past, he had a nice move there. 16-10 Cleveland State.
Spider Johnson was right there in his face as well. That was a degree of difficulty at 10 level turnaround.
Hodge left point, 3-pointer is an air ball. Just didn't look like he didn't get the right elevation there, and he left it flat, hit some of the net, and sailed out of bounds. So 16-10 Vikings, 10:41 to go here in the first.
See, there's a replay of the shot out of the timeout, designed for Spider to fake one way and come back for the dribble handoff to the 3.
Cleveland State full court man. Anderson Marambo is in, so him, Hill, Gomillion, Hodge and Woodridge, the 5 on the floor for Cleveland State. Thomas with the ball at the left point. Thomas against Hill. On the left side, Hancock right back out top. Thomas, he'll drive into the lane, jump stop on the block, kick it out Hancock. He's on the sideline, out of bounds. Turnover Milwaukee. That'll be the 3rd turnover for Milwaukee. Here comes Parker back for Trey Gomillion, who checks out with 4 points, 4 boards, and an assist. Milwaukee on the floor with Newby, Thomas, Hancock. Let's see here, Bowl, and Lathan. Cleveland State with the ball and a 6-point advantage as we approach the midway point of the first half. Parker's in the front court, guarded by Thomas. He'll walk it to the left wing. Curl a pass down to Marambo out 15. He's going to back down Bowl to the block. Continues to back him down. Leans underneath him. Got to the rack. Missed the layup. Tip, no. And then Bowl takes it away. Good work by Marambo to get to the hole. Just couldn't finish. Here's Thomas on the break. He'll go corner left. Hancock for 3 in rhythm. It's right there. Bottom of the cup. Hancock his first bucket off the bench. Milwaukee on a 5-point run. 16-13 Vikings. Woodridge the other way. Left wing triples an air ball. Then Marambo is grabbed by Bowl. Yep, as he went for the rebound. Second foul on Milwaukee. They're both on Moses Bowl.
Good catch there by Steve McJunkin. In perfect position to see this hook. Steve games in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
and he's a local.
Yep. Good crew here today in Cleveland.
St. Joseph Viking graduate. High school.
16-13 Cleveland State. Bowl checks out, and to replace him, Tafari Sims. 9:48 of the first half clock. Inbounds Hill under the basket, going to turn and force it up. Good and fouled. Boy, great quick shot by Hill. He got it over Newby, who got him. Count the bucket. 18-13 Cleveland State.
Well, you mentioned a couple possessions ago how skilled Coach Gates and his staff are at designing plays and situations, and there it is again, Al. Beautiful play. I mean, not many teams can get a 6-foot point guard a post-up move against a baseline of bounds defense.
Not easy to do, indeed. Woodridge out. Finstoon in for the first time. Brock Finstoon, Cleveland State's first sub off the bench in many games. He's averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds. Hill at the line to the right. First Cleveland State free throw today is good for Hill, so he has 3 points. 73% free tosser on the year. Marambo checks out. Johnson back. So it's Parker, Johnson, Finstoon, Hodge, and Hill for Cleveland State. For Milwaukee, they go with Lathan, Newby, Sims, Hancock. Into the front court comes Newby. Thomas as well. Cleveland State up 19-13. Newby on the right wing. Topside Sims off a hook pass. Guarded by Johnson. He'll set it back on the right wing. Lathan collects. Lathan on the dribble. Was sideline right. Newby bluffs the 3. Jab step move. He'll send it to Thomas. Mid post right. Dribbles in the lane. Gonna force it up in a crowd. Back iron. Bounced a couple times and went in. So Thomas providing some good work off the bench. He's got 4 points. 2 of 2 from the field. 19-15 Vikings.
Thomas is built like a linebacker. When he gets it in the post, the defense almost has no chance against him down there.
Yeah, he can do a little bit of everything. Outside, inside game. Here's Hill on a spin move to the baseline for Cleveland State. Drives on Newby, goes in the air. Found Finstoon coming right down the lane. lane, nobody was there, and he lays it in with two hands. First two for Finstoon, 21-15 Vikings.
Cleveland State's such a great interior passing team. There's another example.
Lathan on the dribble drive, finds Thomas. Kick out sideline left, Newby. Quick pass to Hancock out top. He'll jump a pass over to Lathan. He'll try the three-pointer. Off the front iron, no good. Parker storms in for the Viking rebound. He'll come ahead. Quickly in the front court, Hodge, left wing. Throws it corner left Hill. Sets and fires the tray, short. And the rebound collected by Milwaukee's Josh Thomas. He'll come ahead quickly into the front court, at the top, right of the lane. Kick it out, Newby. One-handed pass, three-point shot. Short, but Milwaukee got the rebound underneath. Lathan tried the reverse. That's no good. This time Johnson has the board. Up to Hodge. Vikings running 3-on-3. Hodge, a quick move. Got to the rack. Left-handed layup. No good, but he drew the foul as he forced that contact. Boy, Hodge is so quick. If you're not used to seeing him play, you don't know how quick he is. Quick first step, good acceleration, great burst. Saw it all there.
Don't you just love the way Cleveland State puts so much pressure on the other team's defense? If you don't get back against Cleveland State, they're going to score or draw a foul or get an open shot off their transition.
Indeed. Foul on Devin Hancock, his first. Team fouls even at 4. 21-15 Cleveland State as Hodge swishes the first free throw. D'Moy Hodge with 6 points. He came in averaging 16. Wholesale subs for both sides. For Milwaukee, Hancock and Newby are out. Golston returns. So does Baldwin for Cleveland State. Parker is out. Gomillion comes back in. Hill checks out. Patton returns. And Hodge has one more free throw at the line to our right. 74% free tosser on the year. 22-15 Vikings.
And remember the comment I made a few possessions ago where Hill turned the ball over for Cleveland State off a transition. That's why Coach Gates will live with that mistake, because he'll get those types of runouts down the road if they stay with their running attack.
Hodge off on the next one. Milwaukee the rebound and the run out. Good job by Finstoon in the front court off a drive from Lathan. He tried to kick it out corner left to Golston and was knocked out of bounds. So Milwaukee ball on the sideline with 8:07 to go in the first half. 22-15 Cleveland State. Their largest lead today has been 8. It's at 7 here. In the corner on the sideline, it's Lathan, about a foot or two away from the baseline. Cleveland State in a man-to-man here as the ball will come near mid-floor, and Thomas. Thomas against Gomillion. Cleveland State in a tandem 2-3. Lob it free throw line to Baldwin. Right back to Thomas. He'll drive to the block and a kick it to Baldwin over his head. Hodge steals one-on-one the other way with Golston. Going to the rack. Got fouled. Threw it up. Almost in. He turned and spun and threw it over his shoulder. And he didn't get the bucket, but he drew the foul. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Golston is the foul. That's his first, team's 5th. As you watch the replay, we'll take a break in Cleveland. 7:55 to go in the half. Cleveland State 22, Milwaukee 15.
Care.
Back here on ESPN Plus, D'Moy Hodge getting to the rack multiple times today. He'll have a couple of free throws. He's got 6 points to lead the Vikings.
And he can hit the 3 balls we see here off the timeout design play. Cleveland State really has looked good the last couple games. Their offensive rhythm is starting to, turn into March form here.
Indeed. Now the Vikings, the first time, really had a somewhat easy win on Friday against Green Bay. Prior to that, they'd played 12 consecutive games that had been decided by 10 points or less. They were 10-2 in those games. But Friday, they had an easy win against Green Bay. But Milwaukee, a lot of talent on this Milwaukee team as D'Moy Hodge sinks the first of 2 free throws. He has a game-high 7 points, 23-15 CSU, 7:55 to go in the half. One more free throw for Hodge. And it's good. Alongside Pat Vianchik, I'm Al Pulowski. Pleasure to have you along here with us and our fantastic crew with ESPN Plus. Andrew Jerksack, Corey Shy, directing and producing today, along with our fantastic crew. We'll update you on them coming up later. On the left wing, it's Lathan against Hodge. Vikings in a man-to-man. 9-point lead for Cleveland State. Out top, Golston against Finstoon. Golston trying to shake him. Stops, pulls up from 18. Straightaway jumper, short. Rebound tipped in the air. Patton puts 2 hands on it, and now will come ahead for Cleveland State, who lead by 9. Patton in the front court, heads to the right wing. Calls for Hodge, flips it to him on the sideline. D'Moy Hodge will send it out top. Gomillion to the right of the center circle against Baldwin, who's off him about 8, maybe 10 feet. Gomillion heads to the right wing, hands it off there. Hodge, he'll throw it out top. Patton Patton on the drive, right of the lane. Patton to the rack with contact. No. Rebound Johnson tried to go up stripped. Thomas comes out of there with it. 3-on-2. Thomas running ahead. Backboard. Put it up. No. Rebound tip. Out of bounds off Hodge. Milwaukee basketball as Anderson Marambo will check back in with 7:03 to go in the half. The Vikings with a 24-15 advantage. Johnson checks out.
Cleveland State get back on defense. Looked like Taylor easy. Thomas might have had an easy one. It did not happen.
Bounce coming. The baseline. Lathan going to lob it out here near mid floor. Golston collects against Hodge. Will set it over on the right side. Thomas sideline right it goes. Lathan against Gomillion. Will dribble to the right point with 10 to shoot. Send it to Golston on the left wing. Looking down low, nothing there. Back over on the right side it goes. Lathan 5 to shoot. Around the screen. Drives. Going to force it up before the shot. He was fouled on the drive. Say Gomillion put an arm into it. Put his arm on the hip. First foul on Gomillion, 5th against Cleveland State. 6:46 left in the half. Vikings by 9. Here it is.
Just missed it, but he was riding his arm bar on his hip there. Referee caught it.
So Gomillion will check out. Parker right back in for Cleveland State. Baseline inbound comes corner right. Baldwin tough three-pointer. It's the back iron, no good. Patton has the Cleveland State rebound. He'll come ahead. Cleveland State by 9. Front court pass to Parker left wing. Corner left Finstoon. Back out to Parker. Man-to-man D for Milwaukee's. Parker waves through Patton and will send it to Anderson Marambo, high post right. Marambo looking for a pass. Flips to Hodge, right wing. Hodge will step back. Covered tightly by Golston, so he'll get it over to Parker, who gives to Patton in the corner. 8 to shoot. Patton dribbles out to the wing. Patton looking down low. Throws it out to Parker. 5 to shoot. There goes the triple try. Back iron and off. Rebound Golston for Milwaukee. Come ahead with the ball to Thomas. 6:10 on the first half clock. Vikings lead at 9. Thomas on the right wing to Golston left wing. Dribbles in. Going to run into Marambo as he forced it up. No, they'll call a foul on Marambo. The body shot there. First on Marambo. 6th against Cleveland State.
Cleveland State's having trouble with the matchups right now on both ends. The length of Milwaukee is showing up a little bit on the defensive end. And they just seem like they're not in rhythm, this unit right now. So I think Coach Gates will be subbing shortly. Golston makes the first of 2 free throws at the line to our left. Golston today with 7 points leads Milwaukee. 24-16 Vikings. 6:04 on the first clock as Lathan checks out. Newby returns for Cleveland State. Hodge takes a blow. Hill replaces him. Hodge with a game-high 8 points. 24-16, 6:04 on the clock. One more free throw for Golston, who's a 78% free throw shooter this year. And one of the ways that you negate that length is by putting more quickness on the floor, and that's why Coach Gates has just put Hill into the game. Second free throw is good as well. It's a 7-point lead for Cleveland State. 24-17 as we hit the 6-minute mark here at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. Finstoon at the left hash for Cleveland State. Out top Marambo, swing it over to Hill, right wing against the tandem 2-3 zone. Now Patton out top. Hill lob it high post left to Marambo. Cross court to Hill. Makes the catch. Going to fire the three-pointer. Back iron and off. And the rebound's collected by Milwaukee's Tafari Sims. Get it over to Golston. He'll dribble ahead. 7-point lead for Cleveland State. Sims to the right wing. Sims inside the arc. Cross court pass to an open Newby. Three-pointers in the air. High arcing shot is at the bottom of the cup. Great high arcing shot there for Newby. His first bucket. He has 3. 24-20 Cleveland State. Third 5-0 run for Milwaukee of the first half, though they're still down by 4. Really good skip pass by Golston that time to find Newby in the opposite corner. Marambo at the free throw line. Turns, dribbles, spins in the lane. Puts it up from 5 feet. No. Tip Finstoon. Yes! Finstoon has 4. 26-20 Cleveland State. Brock Finstoon very good on the offensive glass. Yeah, you know, when the shot goes up, more players in this country should attack the offensive glass. Finstoon always does. Out top, Newby guarded by Hill. Sends it over to Golston left wing versus Parker. Puts it on the hardwood, backs it up, sends it to Baldwin. Right wing about 30 away versus Hill. Will drive down the lane. Going to force up an off-balance shot. No. Parker the rebound for Cleveland State. They'll come ahead. The Vikings ahead by a half dozen. 4:40 on the first half clock. Parker with the crossover. Tried to beat Baldwin. Could not do it as Baldwin slid the feet. Got back. On the right side, it's Patton. He'll take it out top. Cleveland State against the man-to-man here. Patton. Will work to the right wing. Backs it out behind the arc. Picked up here by Golston. Going to drive again with contact. No good on the shot, but fouled on the drive. Torrey's so good at sneaking into those tight creases and drawing contact. He's so good. He gets contact a lot, and he has such good balance that he's usually able to get a pretty good shot off. Here, Golston's the guilty party, his second person. Just a little hesitation, dribble move, froze the defender, and then he attacked and snuck right back by him to draw that foul.
Both teams with 16 fouls. 4:23 to go in the first. 26-20 Cleveland State. They have the baseline with 20 on the shot clock. Inbounds comes to Patton, right wing. He left him open. He'll shoot the three. He got it. Safari Sims was on him, but if you give him just a little bit of room, he'll take that set shot. He's done it the last 3 years here at Cleveland State. 29-20 Vikings.
He's hit some big ones too at times when teams give him that. You have to play him honest. You can't just play him on the drive or likewise give him too much room.
Cleveland State timeout. We'll take a break. 4:23 left before halftime. As the officials will peruse the monitor. We'll be back in a few minutes. Our score, Cleveland State 29, Milwaukee 20. What they did was they went to a media timeout, so that was not a Cleveland State timeout. They lost 5 seconds on the clock. They got that fixed. Kelly Pfeiffer just gave us a nice explanation there. So now they took the seconds off. They went to the media timeout because they were under 4:30. So well done.
It's amazing how they can pay attention to all that stuff. I can't concentrate on what's going on the court, let alone above the basket.
I know.
Sorry. I know. I'm glad I have you.
You walked right into that one.
No, I mean it. No,
Pat Vianchek.
You guys keep me on point, man.
Analyst in the game. He's also quite a professor here at the Cleveland State campus. Lathan has it on the left wing from Milwaukee.
I know you somewhat mean that.
Somewhat. Baldwin has it on the right wing. He's driving on Fitz to it. He'll stop. He'll lean. Kick it out to Newby. Open look. Straightaway triple in the air. Swish. Newby's had a couple of open looks at threes, and he has knocked him down. He's got 6. 29-23 CSU. 3:48 to go in the half.
Baldwin did a nice job of penetrating and drawing help and finding that kick out. That's the first good play I've seen him make today.
Here's Johnson, high post left, lips to Hill. Driving down the lane, going to force it up. Good on him. Foul as well. He spun it off the backboard. It went in. 5 for Hill. A look for 6 at the line. That is a tough shot for Yael Hill. But he got it to go, and 1 at the free throw line coming.
It's called putting some English on your spin here. Or Spanish or whatever you want. I mean, it's just a beautiful. That's a high degree of difficulty on that move, man. Woo.
Certainly is.
You know who was really good at that?
The foul on Newby, his second. In 1987.
No. Clinton Ramsey, who's going into, went into the Hall of Fame last night. He was tremendous at using that glass.
Part of the
against
7-footers. Sweet 16 team, yes. Clinton Ramsey was as good as anybody down low with that spin.
No doubt.
So Hill gets the free throw. He has 6. Vikings up by 9. Milwaukee ball, 3:28 to go in the first half. Tandem 2-3 zone. Here's Baldwin, mid-post right. Into the lane he goes. Going to lean up with the left hand. Missed the little shot from 2 feet. Rebound Cleveland State. Patton, the front court strip. Thomas takes it from behind. Up to Baldwin, go to the rack. Fouled by Parker to take away what would have been an uncontested layup. So Baldwin will head to the free throw line and shoot 2. The foul on Parker's his first, team 7th. There's the foul. As Patrick Baldwin this year, 76% from the free throw line. Baldwin, an excellent shooter. He is one of the few players in the game. He's listed at 6'9", and he looks taller than what he's listed. Most guys, they give you an inch or two. It looks like they took an inch away from him, doesn't it?
Yeah,
first one is good.
He's got a nice touch. One of the top-ranked recruits in the country last year. And you can see he's got the skills. He's got the size. What he doesn't have is the experience. He's missed most of the season.
Yeah, Baldwin with that free throw gets his first point today.
Yeah.
32-24 Cleveland State. 3:14 to go before halftime. One more free throw. Patrick Baldwin Jr. Line to the left. It's on the way. It is short. Cleveland State gets the rebound. Torrey Patton. They have the ball with an 8-point lead as we approach the 3-minute mark here in Cleveland. Torrey Patton with that board is 4th to go with 6 points. Parker against the man-to-man. Into the lineup now. Jason Sinani. First time we've seen him.
Let's see if Cleveland State tries to run something to get Hodge at 3.
There's Patton over to Hodge on the right wing. Johnson collects at the right point, dribbles to the right sideline, gives to Parker. Going to the lane, kick it out corner left. Hodge, he's open, steps to his right, shoots a 20-footer, back iron and off. Johnson got a hand on the rebound and collects it, and finds Patton, who finds Hill, open left wing, bluffs the 3, drives instead, float shot, rim no, fouled. As Yael Hill with a good pump fake, and he got the Milwaukee defense a little bit out of sorts and drew the foul.
Well, and here's why Coach Gates put him in, because they needed somebody to attack that lengthy defense of Milwaukee, and he's done it a couple times now.
Baldwin with the personal foul, his first, 8th against the Panthers. There's Dennis Gates talking to Des Moines Hodge about that last offensive set. Hill, 2 free throws. First one up, all net. He's got 7 points off the bench.
Yeah, Hill is really growing and improving with each game right now. It's a great sign for Cleveland State.
He has 7 today. The Vikings a 9-point lead. One more free throw for Hill at the line to the right. It's on the way. It's good. So he has a game-high tying 8 along with his teammate Hodge. Golston has 8 for Milwaukee. Cleveland State, their largest lead of 10, 34-24. As Patton will check out here. Woodrich in to replace him. Patton sits down with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Three-quarter court look for Cleveland State. The backcourt passing it back and forth. It's Lathan and Thomas. Thomas shy of the timeline near side. Gets it across with 2 seconds to spare. Goes to the lane. Pull up from 10. Fadeaway jumper. Swish. Well, I'll tell you, Josh Thomas with 6 points. He is a tough one to guard because he's got that strength, that balance. He can shoot. He can drive.
Well, he really did it to Cleveland State in the tournament last year, too. Remember that?
Absolutely.
He was almost unstoppable in that game.
Johnson will go to Parker. Vikings ahead by 8. 2:07 to go in the first. Parker bounce pass to Johnson. Right back to Parker. Drives right of the lane. Stops on the block. Brings it out. Pass to Hill in the paint. He's going to lean in from 5 feet. Swish! Yael Hill has 10 points to lead all scorers. He's 3 of 5 from the field. Vikes up by 10.
And all his points are coming within 5 feet of the basket. He's only 6 feet tall.
Over on the right side with the basketball, Milwaukee. They're working around the perimeter. Lathan. It's it over to Sinani. Now on the right wing, Thomas. 12 on the shot clock. Sinani with it left wing. Sideline left, Lathan against Woodrich. Drives in. One-handed shot from 5 feet. Back iron and off. Tipped by Baldwin. No. Got it again. Put it up. Blocked partially by Hodge. Then he got the rebound. Spins away from a defender. 3-on-2. Front court to Hill. Now what? As he shot the 3, no good. We've got a technical on Milwaukee's Pat Baldwin or one of the assistants.
Yes, I think it was on Baldwin.
It is on Pat Baldwin Sr. So he wanted a foul when his son Pat Jr. went to the basket.
I think he was a little bit upset that his son didn't get the foul call there for sure. And I thought it was a clean strip by, I mean, Demoy Hodge has the quickest hands of anybody in this league.
He does. Let's watch it again.
Just a little bit. Can we run that back, possibly?
So Hill will get a couple of free throws here at the line to the right. First one is up and in, all net. 11 points now for Hill, 37-26 Vikings. A minute 24 to go in the half. It'll be the 9th team foul against Milwaukee. The technical on the coach, Pat Baldwin Sr. One more free throw coming for Hill. It's good, all net. So it appeared from what we saw there was no foul. Again, from what we saw.
Just a quick strip from behind. And, you know, frustration is, you know, Coach Baldwin has not been able to well, we're caught at the end of it again. You know, Coach Baldwin, you know, and his son, huge expectations coming into the season, and they have not been able to, you know, capitalize.
On his son, an immense talent.
Yes.
Wonderful kid. I've heard nothing but good things about him. Hodge with the 3-pointer, bottom of the cup. 41-26 Cleveland State, a minute 15 to go in the half. Thomas in the front court, left wing, out top to Golston. Over on the right side, Lathan. Now Golston on the left wing. Right side to Lathan, out 30. Over to Golston. He'll drive. Pull up from 15. Lean in from 10. Off the glass on the jumper. No rebound. Thomas. Put it up. No good, but he drew the foul on Hodge. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul on Demoy Hodge. His first, team's 8th.
And that time, Hodge was caught fouling. So
he was.
Sometimes you're clean. Sometimes you get caught.
Josh Thomas to the line to our left. He has 6 points, 3 boards today. 72% from the line. Josh Thomas is the first one up and in to make it 41-27 Cleveland State. Here's a look again.
Thomas has been tremendous.
Got him on the arm.
Yeah, he is so strong, so good inside.
One more for Thomas. It's good. He rolls it in there. Thomas has 8 points off the bench. And he's had a very good first half here for the Panthers. 41-28 Cleveland State. Less than a minute to play in the half. Here in Cleveland as Hill will trot it ahead with a left-handed dribble. He'll steer it to the left wing, guarded by Jordan Lathan.
Got to try to go to Hodge again, right?
Now look, Cleveland State will use their use it or lose it timeout. It's a 30-second timeout here with Vikings ahead 41-28, 46.7 to go in the half.
I think Coach Gates going to try to run something for Hodge. Maybe use Hill as a decoy.
Hill's had a great first half. He's got 12 points. Looking at some of his highlights. So he leads everybody with those 12 off the bench.
Well, he was that type of a scorer at Cleveland Heights High School, and he's sure hitting his stride now. couldn't be at a better time for Cleveland.
You're watching a guy like Hill, and you've got to think that what another 10 or 11 teams are on the horizon league are saying, man, why couldn't we get this kid? He'd be starting for us. For Cleveland State, sometimes he's the 6th man, sometimes he's the 8th man. To have that sort of production off the bench, it's pretty impressive.
Well, and Dennis Gates made a concerted effort to recruit Cleveland kids to Cleveland State.
Yep.
And
successful. He's got Woodridge.
Yeah.
They're both contributing members.
Ben Sternberg brings a lot of enthusiasm for the bench. So let's see what happens here. I think he's going to run some kind of decoy play to get Hodge a shot.
Parker looking for Hodge in the paint. He's not there. So now he's got to get it in. Up 5 seconds.
Didn't get it in.
46.3 to go in the half. 41-28 Cleveland State. So that time, Pat Baldwin Sr. might have been thinking like you said, watch Hodge here.
No,
Hodge was covered.
They were definitely trying to set Hodge up for the 3, and Milwaukee had it well defended. They were trying to run Hodge off a double screen on the left wing, and they were ready for it. They were prepared for it. Subs
coming in and out. Here is Baldwin back for Milwaukee. He is also going to be joined by Hancock. Thomas, Safari Sims is on the floor. Newby is on. Well, wait a minute. Got a couple players by the bench. I have 3 players I can see on the floor, and Milwaukee's got 3 more standing on the sideline. So Pat Baldwin says, wait a minute. Kelly Pfeiffer says, hey, we need 5 players. What do you got? Here comes Bowl off the bench. Is he going to? So he pops up and in. So it's Bowl, Hancock, Baldwin. Sims is waiting to inbound, and now Jordan Lathan. There's the 5. Now Cleveland State will sub. Here comes Mabor Majak. Johnson out. Hodge, Finstuen, Parker, and Woodridge. So a little bit of a chess match here between Dennis Gates and Patrick Baldwin. If you sub him, I'm going to sub him. And there's Hill. He came in, but he'll wait at the scorer's table now. So now what? Now they're going to have to talk about this. Well, they had several guys at the scorer's table. Milwaukee did, and then Bowl just hopped off the bench and came in. Now Hancock and Milwaukee's heading to the bench. So now I think they're going to have to check and see who was on the floor, because there's rules on the substitutions, and now the officials say we're good, let's go.
That was definitely a fire drill there. It was definitely a fire drill. You know, again, what Coach Gates is so good at is every situation he is prepared with matchups. So most people don't realize that the 10th, 11th, 12th guys on his team know when a certain guy comes in off the bench, they're going to be running up there to sub in. Those matchups are predetermined in scouting reports, and that's why you see Majak coming in when you see Bowl come in.
So here comes Lewis Garrison. He's going to inform us.
The confusion is after a turnover or a foul, a substitute that was out, no time needs to come off when to come in. So that was the confusion.
Okay.
Thank you. Lewis Garrison just straightened it out for us. He explained how the no time goes off the clock. You can't sub off a turnover or a timeout.
Right.
And then the coaches were in some disagreement, so they sorted it out. Really nice crew we have here today.
Yeah,
Kelly,
for sure.
Pfeiffer, Lewis Garrison, Steve McJunkins. Always take their time to explain to us what's going on. We appreciate that. 41-28 Cleveland State. Golston with the basketball for Milwaukee. Over on the right wing, Lathan. He'll try the 3. Back iron and off Hill, the Cleveland State rebound. 5-second differential shot and game clock here before halftime. Vikings by 13. Hill will walk it across the time stripe, slow it down, dribble on the center circle. His marker is Josh Thomas, but he's off him a little bit, now backs off further. So Hill will wind it down.
I'm going to predict either Woodridge or Hodge will take the last shot here.
Hill heads to the left wing around a Majak pick. 8 to shoot. Hooks a pass to Woodridge left wing. He'll drive in, spin, going to the lane with 3 to shoot. Bounce pass to Finstuen to the basket, forced it up. Got it and fouled with 1 on the shot clock. Finstuen from Woodridge. Give Finstuen 6. He'll look for 7 at the line. Vikings lead back at 15.
What a pass. What a read. What a cut. Watch how they read each other. I don't know how Finstuen caught that. That's a tough one to catch inside like that.
43-28 Cleveland State. 6.2 to go in the first half. That foul was on Lathan. That's his first. It's the 10th against Milwaukee here in the first half.
There's where Finstuen's experience, having already played many years at Pacific, shows up for the Vikings.
Finstuen 64% from the line on the year. Gets all net on his 1 free throw. now. Cleveland State, their largest lead, 44-28. Shot clock dark for the rest of the half. 6.2 on the first half game clock. Milwaukee with plenty of time to get a shot. Thomas will inbound against Baldwin. Diamond in 1, 3/4 court press. Back to Thomas. 3 seconds. Runs into the front court. Goes sideline right to Newby for 3 at the buzzer. No good. Just missed from the right sideline at the back iron and came off. And we'll go to the respective locker rooms here today in Cleveland with the Vikings up by 16.
Cleveland State is getting better every game right now.
Well, the Vikings in the first half shot 52% from the field, while Milwaukee shot just 28%. Not everybody's going to play a full league schedule. They will go by win percentage to determine the top 12 with the seeds. So it's going to go by win percentage. And then, of course, if there's a tie, you go back to the tiebreakers head-to-head and so on.
Well, hell, if down the road, could you help me understand the percentages?
I will. That's what I'm here for,
I'd
Pat.
appreciate that.
I understand. Not a math professor, history professor.
Eddie gives me all these great little anecdotes to tell, and I'm on to one right now, Ed. We got to wait for Spider to get that dunk. There's a special announcement coming. If Spider Johnson or one of the Cleveland State guys gets a dunk, I got a special announcement coming.
I can't wait for that.
Little tease for the fans out there.
Indeed. So Cleveland State had 4 3-point field goals in the first half and 4 traditional 3-point plays in the field goals and 1. They're up by 16. Second half gets underway here in Cleveland. Second half starters: Lathan, Golston, Sims, Baldwin, and St. Pierre, or rather not St. Pierre, but Moses Bowl for Milwaukee. Cleveland State will counter with Johnson, Gomillion, Parker, Hodge, and Pat. Baldwin with the basketball on the baseline. And out of bounds he goes. Cleveland State ball went in the air. Looked like he wanted to pass the ball to a cutter, but nobody was cutting.
Yeah, nobody circled back around or behind him. They were trying to let him do, work one-on-one, but Draco Million just so darn tough. He didn't back down 1 inch.
Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year last year. The front court with the basketball, Gomillion. Cleveland State by 16, lobs it to Johnson. High post left. Back out top, Gomillion dribbles to the left elbow, heads to the right elbow. Hodge backdoor cut. He found him, puts it up and in as he cut to the basket and scored against Bowl. For Hodge, he's got 13 to lead all scorers. Vikings by 18, their largest lead. 37 seconds into the second half.
Cleveland State is one of the best interior passing teams in the country, hands down.
Thomas misses the little in-the-paint jumper from 10, but the rebound gets knocked out to Baldwin, who's out about 40 feet on the left wing. Gomillion on him. Baldwin puts it on the hardwood, goes to work, heads to the right point, hook pass over on the left side. Catching it there is Sims, dribbles in. We've got a whistle and a foul as Parker got him. So he then went up for the shot. I think he got him on the floor. We'll see. Nope, got him on the shot. So 2 free throws, Kevin, for Tafari Sims. The foul on Deshaun Parker is his third. First against Cleveland State here in the second half.
See, nice little up and under. You don't see guys use that enough anymore.
No, that was a nice move by Tafari Sims.
Clever, kind of old school move.
Sims scoreless today. First of 2 free throws is in, so he rectifies that. His first point. 46-29 Cleveland State. 18:59 on the second half clock. Sims came in averaging 7 points. He's an 86% free throw shooter, and he converts them both. Milwaukee as a team today, 8 of 9 from the line. Cleveland State 10 of 11. Full court pressure for Milwaukee as the inbounds comes to Hodge in the backcourt. He'll throw it to Patton, and now Milwaukee will back it off. 46-30 Vikings. 18:52 on the winding second half clock. Patton between the circles. Bounce pass at high post left to Johnson. Flips to Parker out top. Dribbles left of the key. Flips to Gomillion. Sideline left. Going to lob it. Catch Johnson. And a throwdown dunk. Pat, your stat.
Here's my cue. On February 6, 1988, the greatest slam dunk contest ever. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. That's the dunk that Michael Jordan, where he made the Air Jordan logo famous. That dunk where he floated. Thank you, Eddie. That was February 6, 1988.
And meanwhile,
34 years ago today.
Fabulous fact by you and Ed Doherty teaming up there. We'll watch it again. Milwaukee has a chance for an end as Bowles scored and he got fouled. Watching the dunk here from Johnson.
And by the way, Dominique Wilkins had that double windmill jam on that same day. So
wow, you guys, I tell you what.
Well, that's all Eddie right there. Eddie's just making
basketball.
me look good. You know, Eddie threw me the assist. I just brought it home.
Bull now 11 of 17 from the line this year as he converts the free throw. So the three-point play for Bull. 48-33. Cleveland State by 15. They break the pressure. Gomillion and Johnson. Lob Johnson. Again, he missed that time on the dunk attempt. Rebound came out to Gomillion to Hodge for three. It's long, and now the ball gets knocked out, and the clocks are all down here in Cleveland. It'll be Milwaukee ball after the officials head to the scorer's table to check out the clock. There you go. So the score is, well, we've got to go to the computer monitor. Cleveland State 48, Milwaukee 33. 18:15 is left in the second half, according to our computer monitor. But we'll take a look what happened there. Just all the scoreboards went out here a moment ago.
And I forgot that was at the Chicago Stadium. That was in Chicago where Jordan did that.
Right. Home fans.
Man, that brings back some memories.
Well,
and from there sprung a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
And while they sort out the electronics here, Steve McJunket's going to come over. He's going to inform us of what.
Went out, plus it stopped, it never moved, so it's completely out. So trying to find the exact time it's going to knock out. Yep.
So everything went out. Gomillion and Johnson. Lob Johnson. Again, he missed that time on the dunk attempt. Rebound came out to Gomillion to Hodge for three. It's long, and now the ball gets knocked out, and the clocks are all down here in Cleveland. It'll be Milwaukee ball after the officials head to the scorer's table to check out the clock. There you go. So the score is, well, we've got to go to the computer monitor. Cleveland State 48, Milwaukee 33. 18:15 is left in the second half, according to our computer monitor. But we'll take a look what happened there. Just all the scoreboards went out here a moment ago.
And Jordan did that.
Right. Home fans.
Man, that brings back some memories.
Well,
and from there sprung a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
And while they sort out the electronics here, Steve McJunket's going to come over. He's going to inform us of what.
Went out, plus it stopped. It never moved, so it's completely out. So we're trying to find the exact time it's 2 o'clock now.
So they're everything went out. So now they're trying to find the exact time. Don't forget about the student-led initiative 1HL, hashtag 1HL. Celebrates unity and pushes for change. Visit horizonlink.com/1HL or search the hashtag 1HL for more information on that Horizon League initiative. Also, whether you're looking to upgrade your home's lighting or planning a large-scale developmental project, Luminance Brands has the ideal product offering to fit your needs, providing residential and commercial lighting fixtures, lamp hearts, as well as a high-quality line of ceiling fans. The team prides itself on offering generational quality and comfort for over 50 years. Headquartered right here in Northeast Ohio, our team is proud to support the hometown team. Start planning your next project today by visiting luminancebrands.com/Go Vikes. luminancebrands.com/Go Vikes. And some more news and notes for you on the Horizon League there on your screen. It's a lot of NCAA tournament appearances for this mid-major conference going back the last 12 years.
Cleveland State, of course, has been there a few times. Last year, we represented the Horizon League.
Now they have the clock set.
6 seconds left.
Lewis Garrison told us so. They put the game clock at 18:50 and 29 on the shot clock after they reviewed it. So 18:50. Wait a minute. What they want? That's not. So now, Kelly Pfeiffer looked up and he said, "Wait a minute, that's not right." So I believe it's supposed to be 18:50. Put 18:50 up. There we go. There's 18:50.
That was by the year the year that the war with Britain ended in the United States.
1815.
The War of 1815.
Professor Vianchik showing off that historical knowledge once again. Commodore Perry was involved in that in Lake Erie.
The first naval battle that the United States
visited the monument.
Navy ever won.
If you ever come to, wherever you're watching us in the world, if you come to Cleveland, take about an hour and a half ride up to the islands and see the Perry Monument.
And you're forever in Annapolis at the Naval Academy. There's a big plaque right outside the cathedral there on the Naval Academy campus.
So that's your history lesson for today. Back to basketball as Milwaukee has it. They trail by 15. Lathan will get it over on the right side. It's Tafari Sims who drives in, missed the layup though. And the rebound's collected by Gomillion. Vikings up 48-33. They're running. Hodge to Johnson to the rack. Kabam! Cleveland State runs it out. Spider Johnson, another dunk. Johnson with that flush.
Did we mention it was 34 years ago today that Michael Jordan?
You said something of that nature. He has 6, and now Gomillion and Sims.
Spider might have hurt us.
Tied up here. 50-33 Cleveland State with 17:38 to go. Let's watch the fast break.
Spider's trying to put on his own dunk show here. It's the second one in 3 possessions. He does it so easily. It's like a kid on a Nerf hoop.
So it'll be Cleveland State ball. Parker will have it. He'll inbound the ball from the hash mark. He'll get it into Johnson. Cleveland State in the lead, 50-33, 17:35 left. Hodge gets it, drives the lane, lobs Johnson. Trying to tap it in, no, but he was grabbed by Bowl. It's the only way he could stop it. He just, grabbed some of his jersey.
They're literally turning this into the Spider Johnson dunk show.
Well, so far, Milwaukee hasn't had an answer for that backdoor slam. And that's something Cleveland State has used this year, that backdoor cut and dunk to Spider. Watch it again.
Off the handoff, he's going off a back, little roll.
Just kind of shoved him out there.
Nah, Bowl bridged him a little bit.
Third foul on Bowl. First on Milwaukee here in the second half. 17:30 to go. Cleveland State 50, Milwaukee 30. Johnson line to the left. Makes the first free throw. He has 7 points today. Johnson on the season shooting 67%. Cleveland State today now 11 of 12 at the line. Milwaukee 8 of 9. So both teams shooting exceptional from the line as Thomas returns for the Panthers.
Thomas was prolific in the first half scoring.
Second one in and out. Patrick Baldwin Jr. the rebound. He'll hand the ball off to Lathan. He'll come ahead left to right. 18-point lead for Cleveland State with 7:24 to go. Lathan against Hodge. Side right it goes Thomas. Who had a very good first half off the bench with 8 points. Lob it down low to Baldwin, and as Hodge tried to cut in front, he fouled Baldwin. Second foul on Hodge. Third against Cleveland State. 17-18 left. 51-33 Cleveland State.
See Baldwin roll into the post. And the always eager to steal the ball Demoy Hodge gets caught there.
Averaging almost 2.5 steals per game. Inbounds to Baldwin in the corner. Jumps a pass out to the left wing of Golston. He'll drive in, down the lane, got to the rack. Nobody was there, and he lays it in. So Golston with 10 to lead the Panthers today. 51-35, Cleveland State by 16 as we approach the 17-minute mark here of this second half. Go Million between the circles, goes left wing to Parker. Send it sideline left against the man-to-man Patton. Looking at cutters, nothing available, so Patton will dribble it to the top of the key, and now the right point. Send it sideline right to Parker and get it back out top from 28. The jumper is right there. Patton from long range. He's got 9. That's his third three-pointer. 54-35 Vikings. Thomas kicks it out corner left. Golston high arcing three, in and out. Rebound tipped up and in by Tafari Sims. Great tap in for Sims. He's got 4. 54-37 Vikings. 3.5 minutes gone here in the second half.
Excellent effort on the boards there. But how about Torrey Patton? He's heating up from that three-point line the last couple games.
He is. Here's Johnson, high post right against the man-to-man, looking for cutters. Dribbles to the right. A couple of back doors were there. It gives it to Patton instead for a long three. Didn't get that 28-footer from the right wing. Almost got it. Thomas the rebound. He'll get it at Baldwin, right wing front court. His jumper for 3. Front of the iron off. Johnson the rebound. And then Sims got him from behind on the arc. Foul on Sims is his first personal, second against Milwaukee.
Torrey Patton, you see on the replay, from way beyond NBA distance on that three. And the next one he took was even further out.
Yeah. Boy, but he's shown you he can hit those, and Dennis Gates has no problem with Torrey Patton taking a three-pointer from 30 feet in. Now, he'd like him to be in rhythm and hitting some like he is today. You don't want to be 0 for 5 and taking a 30-footer, but he's got the green light, and he is. That's paid off more times than not for the Vikings, who have the basketball here against the 2-3 zone. Left wing, it's Hill, who just checked in. Off the dribble drive, went to Johnson, went off his back. Johnson got it somehow to go Million underneath, forced it up. No, but drew the foul. 54-37 Vikings, 15:38 to go in the game. We'll take a break.
And still get your diploma even when you left earlier.
Coach DeSempler, one of the great coaches in Cleveland State history.
There's DeSempler stopping by. There's Clinton Ramsey with Lee Reed, former Cleveland State athletic director and basketball player as well.
Now the athletic director at Georgetown University.
At Georgetown.
Patrick Ewing.
Cleveland State 54, Milwaukee 37. There's Clinton there. You see him with his poster under his arm during the timeout.
And there's Sean Hood.
Yep.
Another one of my teammates.
All right. They celebrated him going into the Hall of Fame and having his jersey retired during that time. They got a nice warm round of applause. And there is his brand new jersey. So that goes alongside Norris Cole, Franklin Edwards, and Mouse McFadden as the only 4 retired jerseys in Cleveland State history. They started playing basketball at this institution in 1929 as Fenn College. So a long history of basketball here. Just 4 players with their numbers retired. And Clinton Ramsey is the latest. Congratulations to him. Again, tremendous guy as well as a tremendous basketball player.
Very deserving. One of the nicest guys on our team. And I'll tell you what, nobody had stronger hands than Clinton Ramsey. If you had tied up with the ball with him, he was always coming away with it.
Meanwhile, Cleveland State in the lead, 56-37. Trago Million converted 2 free throws, so he has 8 points now. And then Milwaukee just sent the ball out of bounds. The Vikings will have the ball back. So the Vikings have been in control today. They're up by 19 with 15:20 to go. This is their largest lead. The 5 on the floor now for Milwaukee after some subs. Hancock and Newby are the guards. Baldwin, Thomas, and Sims. Cleveland stayed with Gomillion, Patton, Hill, Parker, and Johnson. Gomillion running the point here. Milwaukee in a man-to-man. 15:10 to go. Vikings up by 19. Johnson high post right. Hands it off Gomillion. Dribbles to the free throw line. Sends a pass corner right to Parker off a no-look. Out to Hill, right point. 10 on the shot clock. Hill on the dribble. Hill to the left wing around a screen. Going to pull up, fire the tray. Got it! Yael Hill continues his torrid shooting pace today. He has 15. He's 4 of 6 from the field. He's the game's leading scorer. Vikings by 22.
And if he can continue to do that, Cleveland State's going to be winning another Horizon League championship.
We've got a lot of talent, a lot of depth.
That type of production off the bench. Woo.
Newby to Baldwin out top. Got it right side. Sims into the lane. Jumper from 14. Iron, no. Rebound Cleveland State. Gomillion has it. Into the front court quickly. Up at Hill. Hill to the baseline. Hill cut off. Throws it back out to Trey. Now swinging around to Parker at the left point. Puts it on the hardwood with the right hand. Flips it to Johnson. High post right. Waits for Patton. Hands it off to him. Patton on the drive. Patton going to force it up. No. Got it back off the side of the backboard. Forced it up again and in. 11 for Patton. 61-37 Cleveland State. Just over 14 minutes left here today in Cleveland. And now timeout Milwaukee. And we'll take a break as well. 14 minutes, 1 second on the second half clock. Cleveland State, their largest lead of 24. Again, above 50%. Vikings 54% from the field as we welcome you back here on ESPN+. Yael Hill's the game's leading scorer. He has 15 off the Vikings bench. 4 of 6 from the field. 1 of 3 behind the arc. 6 of 6 at the line.
So happy for Yael. You know, it's such a special feeling to be able to play in your home city. A Cleveland Heights Tiger alum. Gets to play in front of his family and friends every night. And we love having Cleveland guys stay around and help our university. It's amazing to watch. Alongside Pat Vianchik, I'm Al Pulowski. 14:01 remains. Cleveland State leads Milwaukee 61-37. It's Hill, Patton, Gomillion, Woodridge, and Johnson, the 5 on the floor for CSU. Golston, Hancock, Thomas, Sims, and Newby for Milwaukee, who has the ball against the zone. Gomillion knocks it away. Intended for Newby on the far sideline. The ball side hand sent it into the stands. It'll be Milwaukee ball at the hash with 12 on the shot clock. So Cleveland State switches into a zone and throws Milwaukee whatever rhythm, whatever play they had designed at the timeout wasn't happening. Newby out deep, 5 to shoot over to Golston. Tough three-pointer deflected. Loose ball came out. Hancock, 1 on the shot clock, got it off, almost got it. Back ironed it off. Sims got the rebound, wanted to pass it out, and then he decided to go to the rack and he drew a foul. With 13:35 to go, 61-37 Cleveland State. Well, Milwaukee not giving up. No. Nice shot fake. Spider was leaning on him. Yep. Second foul on Spider. Anytime you put those 2 hands into the offensive player, that's almost always going to guarantee a foul. There comes Anderson Marambo for Johnson. Spider checks out with 7 points, 5 or 2 assists. 3 dunks. 3 dunks. I know you are the dunk keeper. I love his dunks. I think he's the best dunker I've ever seen play at Cleveland State. So you've said. I've said that many times. Golston splits a double team, leans in from the block, forces up a shot right across the backboard to Sims. He missed the putback, but drew another foul. This time he'll go to the line and shoot 2. With 13:27 to go, Hill is the guilty party. That's his first, team's 5th. Milwaukee really working hard on the boards. Northern Kentucky really hurt Cleveland State last Sunday on the boards. It's one of the things that Cleveland State's going to have to do to get that second championship, consecutive championship. Tafari Sims, line to the right. He's 2 of 2 at the stripe today. Make it 3 of 3 as he converts. Tafari Sims now with 5 points, 4 rebounds on the afternoon. 61-38 Cleveland State. Sims a very good free throw shooter. He was at 86% coming into today. Now
As he makes the second one, he's approaching 90. Just a nice, smooth release. 61-39, Cleveland State. Vikings ball to be full court pressure from Milwaukee. Bull returns. And he will replace whom? Be Thomas, who will check out for Milwaukee. Thomas sits down with points, 4 rebounds. Patton, the inbounder, against full court pressure. Wants Hill, but Newby's got him. So they come to Marambo, now to Gomillion. Flies ahead to the right wing, slows it down outside the arc and gives to Hill. Outside about 35 feet, dribbling at the right point, marked loosely by Donovan Newby. He'll lob it to Marambo, high post right. He's got it on the three-point arc, takes a few dribbles, going to penetrate, spin in the lane, got to the rack, left-handed shot, no, but the rebound is collected by Devin Hancock from Milwaukee.
The fans love seeing the big man use the spin move.
Sims in the corner, bluffs the three, drives, got to the rack, flushes it home with one power hand jam. Tafari Sims. He's got 8 points, 61-41 Cleveland State. Milwaukee putting together a little run, 4 straight points, 12:48 to go. Gomillion between the circles against the man-to-man. Goes high post left to Marambo. Waits for Hill. He's not there. Takes a dribble. Hands Gomillion. Gomillion dribbles to the right. Gomillion in the lane. Gomillion one-handed shot. Glass rim it off. Rebound loose. It's picked up by Sims. Sims flies ahead. Picked up by Hill. Front court. He'll go sideline right to Hancock. Back out to Newby. Newby at the right point. Dribbles in and back out once again. He'll send a left wing to Golston. Takes it to the baseline. Runs into trouble. Lost the ball. Loose in the corner. Patton's got it for Cleveland State. Newby is slow to get up. Patton in the front court to Hill. Bluffs the three. Kicks it out to Patton. Wide open. 3 ball. Off the iron. No good. Now it's grabbed by Hancock, and they'll stop play for the injured DeAndre Golston, who is going to limp off the floor there. He's holding his right leg. Cleveland State would sub. 61-41 Vikings. Let's watch it again. It looked like he knocked knees there with Anderson Marambo.
He hit a brick wall.
Yeah.
This is what happened there. Poor kid. I'll tell you what, you don't want to run into a guy that big like Clyde Nees.
12:13 to go. Vikings by 20. They get Finstuen, Hodge, Johnson, and Woodridge on the floor. Parker as well. It's Newby, Baldwin, Bowl, Hancock, and Sims for Milwaukee. Tandem 2-3 zone for the Vikings. Baldwin on the right wing. Baldwin dribbles to his right. Sends it over to Newby. Penetrates. Gets to the baseline. Forced it up. No good. Drew another foul. He'll head to the line when we come back. 11 minutes, 57 seconds to go in regulation. 61-41 Cleveland State. But Donovan Newby with a couple of free throws will try to build on the 4-point Milwaukee.
Scott Garrett let me know that earlier today at halftime.
Back here on ESPN, 61-41, Cleveland State over Milwaukee with Pat Bianchik. I'm Al Pulowski and Doherty, our pre-half and post-game host, chiming in there with the tidbit on CSU Giving Day, which is February 16th. Visit csugivingday.com for more information. 216 area code Cleveland State.
Scott thinks of everything. He really does. And if you saw if you would have been at the Hall of Fame ceremony last night, every detail of every part of the event was first class.
Yeah.
Since he's arrived here, you know, everything's just gotten better.
Yeah, fantastic night. You saw some details there on CSU Giving Day.
Yeah.
Donovan Newby, line to the right. He rarely misses. 92% on the year. First of 2 here is up and in. Donovan Newby's first free throw today. He's got 7 points. And Milwaukee gets it under 20 with 11:57 to go. Donovan Newby just has that nice soft touch. That ball is anywhere in the cylinder, it's going down. Next one is up and in. It's all net. 61-40. Cleveland State's lead. Milwaukee on a 6-point run.
So Milwaukee's been trying to press a little bit, full court pressure, but you can tell it's not really something they do very often. It's like, this is what we got to do now to get back in the game. Whereas Cleveland State features it all game long, every game, and they switch seemingly into multiple defenses usually.
There's Gomillion on the left wing against Baldwin inside the arc. He'll pull it out with 10 on the shot clock. Go to work again on the drive. Kick it out corner right Hodge. Out to Woodridge. Open look, right wing 3. Good. Jason Woodridge, his first bucket today to go with a couple of rebounds. 64-43, Cleveland State by 21.
How beautiful and unselfish that whole sequence of passing was right there. The hockey assist from Gomillion over to Hodge, and Hodge swung it right away.
Meanwhile, Newby tries the 3 from the left wing. It's no good. The Vikings rebound. Finstuen out to Gomillion. into the front court. 64-43 Cleveland State. 11:08 to go. Gomillion backdoor cut. Hodge found him, put it up. No, fouled as he went down hard. I think that's on Tafari Sims. Bowl was also there. Yep, but Tafari Sims is the guilty party. His third personal, the fourth on Milwaukee.
Hockey assist from Gomillion. Quick swing right to your shooter. I mean, Hodge could have taken that shot if he wanted it. He wanted to hook up Woodrich on that play. That's the beauty of that whole play, really.
So Hodge will head to the line to our left. He has 13 points today. He's 3 of 4 at the line today, and he's at 74% from the line overall this season. 11:06 left. 64-43 Vikings. Hodge, first two on the way, good. So he's got 14 points. Thomas back in. Newby will check out for Milwaukee with 8. Look at it again.
They do such a great job on those baseline backdoor cuts. I remember that Oklahoma State game, and they were just, they had Oklahoma State just like not knowing how to defend it at all.
Hodge for the next free throw to give him 15 if he's successful. It's up, it's good. It ties him with Hill for the game high. 66-43 Cleveland State. As we approach the 11-minute mark here in Cleveland, Lathan will bring it in. Cleveland State in a tandem 2-3 zone. From the left wing now to Golston, who's back out there. Good to see him after he had to hobble off a little bit after he bumped knees. Now to Thomas at the free throw line. He'll work on Johnson. Drive, pump, lean, fade, shot, block. Johnson came to Woodrich. Great bounce pass to lead Hodge, who's in front of the crowd, and he lays it in. Hodge with 17, a game high. Cleveland State, their largest lead of 25. 10:38 left.
Cleveland State in complete control of this game on both ends.
Thomas at the right point against the tandem 2-3. Hodge nearest to him. Out top to Baldwin. Right back to Thomas. Go over on the left side to Golston. Bounce it into Baldwin. Turnaround shot 15. Good from the left wing. Patrick Baldwin has his first field goal today. He's got 3 points to go with 5 rebounds. And it's 68-45 Cleveland State. Nearing the midway point of the second half.
Showing that touch.
Here's Johnson on the left wing for the Vikings. Backdoor cut. Woodrich caught it. Throws it out to Finstone for 3 right side. Missed it long. Rebound Thomas for Milwaukee. He'll bring it ahead with under 10 minutes to go. The front court right wing. Flips it there to Baldwin. Out top it goes. Lathan. He'll drive, and Woodrich reached in on the drive. That'll be the 7th foul against Cleveland State. So a 1-and-1 coming for Milwaukee, who has only missed 1 free throw today. They're 12 of 13.
Well, that's
second foul on Woodrich.
This is the thing Woodrich has to learn to do a better job of. His footwork. You know, you're supposed to close out with your feet wide, and then you have to push and reach, and his footwork was just not good there, and that's why he got beat. So it's something that he really needs to improve on to get more minutes.
Lathan to the line to the right.
And it's something he can correct, by the way. It's not a lack of ability, it's a lack of technique.
Coach Vianchek with the advice. Lathan 69% on the year, hits the first of 2, so he'll get the bonus. Milwaukee now 13 of 14 at the free throw line. It's the one place they've excelled today. From the field, they're shooting just 29%. 68-46. One more free throw. Lathan on the way. All net. It's good. Lathan has 5 points today. 60-47 Vikings. 9:53 left. Full court man-to-man. Finstone will get it to Johnson, who will dribble it ahead. Center stops in the front court. Sends it over to Finstone, left wing. Out top Hill. Hill at the left point. Out about 30-35 feet. Guarded by Thomas. Over to Johnson. As Milwaukee crouches in the man-to-man. Johnson just inside the three-point arc. Hands it off Hill. Hill to the free throw line. Back out again. Now looks for help. Hodge was open. Couldn't get it to him. Deflected ball. Hill got it back. Dribbles out to the right sideline. 7 to shoot. Over to Gomillion right wing. Around the screen he dribbles. Got to the basket. Layup around the rim and out. Rebound deflected. Thomas got it. He'll come ahead. Thomas cut off by Gomillion at mid-floor, and he'll slow it down. Cleveland State by 21. 9:15 to play. Thomas on the right wing. He'll send it out top. Golston left side now. Lathan. Lathan puts it on the hardwood. Gives it to Golston. He'll drive into the lane. No look pass Bull to the basket. He crams it in. Moses Bull. It's his second field goal today to go with a free throw. He's got 5 points. 68-49 CSU. 8:54 left.
And in case fans are wondering, we don't believe that he is related to Manute Bull.
Hill in the right corner for Cleveland State. On the drive, in a crowd, put it up, no. Rebound collected by Lathan, trying to run. Flying ahead against Hodge in the front court. Slows it down, finds Golston. The trailer's three-pointer, in and out. Rebound deflected, loose. Johnson tracks it down. Long ball ahead, Hodge. Front court wide open. Left sideline triple, front of the iron and off. Rebound collected by Lathan. He's running the other way. It's 2-on-4. Hodge from behind, poked it away, but couldn't save it out of bounds. Near sideline, Milwaukee ball. Well, you slow down for a second, Demoy Hodge. If he's trailing you, he'll catch you.
Coach Mackey used to teach us to chase from behind like this, and his technique is perfect. Here's a previous play where run out where Spider Johnson plays great interior defense, leads to the run out.
Cleveland State 60, Milwaukee 49 as Hodge and Gobin take a blow here. They're winded going up and down the floor. Finstuen and Parker back in. Here's Thomas with the basketball for Milwaukee out top. Tandem 2-3 zone over to Lathan, right wing. Lathan puts it on the hardwood, sends it over to Golston out 30. Back on the right side, Lathan in the lane to Newby. Turns, takes it out, gives it to Lathan. Right point, a couple of jab steps. Now he drives to the block. He's going to force it up. Blocked by Johnson, but Thomas got it. Pumps, shoots, missed it short. Johnson the rebound. What defense by Spider Johnson. He was outnumbered in there, but managed to play great defense and get another rebound, his 7th today.
The best part is he didn't bite on that pump fake. Kept his feet, and then that forced the higher attempt and the miss.
Now Johnson with it in the front court. A spinning dribble on the right wing. Flip to Finstuen. Three-pointer right sideline. No good on the jump shot. Patton rips the rebound away and scores the left-handed layup. Patton with 13, 70-49, Cleveland State. He just ripped that ball away in a crowd.
Torrey Patton does so many things well. He's always seems to be in the right spot, making the right play.
On the left side, it's Lathan. Corner left, Newby drives baseline, cut off, turns. Passes out to Golston. He'll drive left baseline. Little jumper from 6 is good. Nice sweet shot by Golston. Just lobbed it up there and in. He's got a dozen lead the Panthers. 70-50 on CSU. 7:08 to go.
The teardrop.
Deep.
It's beautiful.
Parker. Out about 35 feet, goes to Johnson, high post left. He's outside the arc, waiting for cutters, looking for Hill, not there. Dribbles to the right wing. He'll hand to Parker with 11 to shoot. Parker into the lane. Backdoor cut, Hill caught it, scored it. 17 for Hill, great find from Parker. 70-51 Vikings, 6:44 left. Newby on the left wing. He's out about 30. Against this tandem 2-3, a lob at corner left to Golston, drives in. There it is again, this time from 8, all net on the jumper. More of a traditional jump shot as opposed to the teardrop, but he converts. 14 for DeAndre Golston. Timeout on the floor as Milwaukee uses a timeout here, and we'll take a break. With 6. He's got 14 points to lead Milwaukee.
Found the sweet spot against that zone along that coaches call it the gray area of the zone.
So Golston has 12, Josh Thomas 10 to lead Milwaukee. The Vikings have 3 players in double figures scoring-wise. Yahil Hill, 17 off the bench. Hodge with 17, Patton with 13.
How about that balance, right? That's
perfect.
Because they share the ball. Nobody is out there for their own high performance. They're all out there for the team.
Yep. By the way, Deshaun Parker has 7 assists today. That's a game high.
Yeah.
So Deshaun Parker, here's his line: 2 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Yep. One of the more unselfish point guards you'll find in college basketball. Vikings with the ball. They're up by 19. 6:25 and counting. Parker has it in the front court. He's at the left point. He's out about 40 feet, though. He'll give it to Gomillion on the left wing. Gets the man-to-man. He'll dribble out between the circles and send it over to Patton on the right wing. He's out about 30. Patton gets a screen from Majak, who's in there. Patton with 8 to shoot, going to work. Down the lane he goes, got to the rim, missed the left-handed shot. Majak the rebound, wanted to go back up. Newby took it away, and then a foul on Majak, who grabbed Newby.
You know my favorite saying, Al.
Don't bring the ball low, keep it high.
Those you bring it down low. The mice will steal your cheese, baby.
Kevin Mackey famous for saying
right.
that.
He said
Your
it more
old
like,
coach.
fellas, don't bring the ball down. The mice will steal your cheese. That
Well done. For a moment, I thought Kevin Mackey was next to me.
Well, hey, you know what? The guys
played
used
for him for a while.
The guys used to tune me up and have me do that in the locker room. They loved it.
I
used to do his little walk and everything. He had this famous walk. Guys loved it. I'd put the walk on it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Donovan Newby makes the first of 2 free throws.
Since we have all my former teammates back here today,
I guess I'm
waxing nostalgic here.
Yep. Now he missed the next one, but Majak was in the lane early. So Newby will get another chance, and Milwaukee will try to stay at, well, right now 94% from the line today. 15 of 60. One more free throw for Newby. 72-54 Cleveland State, 6:05 left. Second free throw is up and in. All net for Newby, who today he's got 10 points. 4 of those have come at the free throw line. Full court man-to-man. Patton will throw the ball into Finstuen. Backcourt now, he'll work it ahead. Finstuen will stop with a double team. Throw it ahead, found Gomillion, left sideline. He'll throw it out to Parker, and the Vikings will take a little time here. Leaders by 17. 5:53 and counting. He'll give it to Gomillion. Gomillion against Lathan. Dribbles it out between the circles. Sends it right wing with a one-handed pass to Patton. Bounce pass sideline right Parker. 9 on the shot clock. Around a Majak screen. He'll lob it down low to Majak, and Newby was holding him this time. So the foul on Newby is his 3rd. That'll be the 5th foul against Milwaukee in the second half. With 5:41 to go, and the Vikings up 72-55.
You pointed out Parker's pass today. There's another example. He knew that Majak had the mismatch there against Newby. He took that extra dribble to set it up to force that foul.
Here comes Hill. 17 points today for Yaheel Hill as Finstuen checks out. He's got 7. Yaheel Hill, 5 of 8 from the field. Also has a rebound and an assist today. The Cleveland Heights product having a great day off the bench. So 17, a career high here at CSU. Parker will inbound to Patton, who will catch the ball in the backcourt. Pressured by Thomas. Patton able to maintain control. Dribble ahead. Thomas on the right wing. Now Patton comes to the top. Flips on the left into Gomillion. He'll go to the right elbow. Throw it sideline right to Parker. He'll drive in the lane. Jump stop. Kick it out to Hill. Couldn't grab it. Now he has it. 5 on the shot clock. In trouble on the baseline. 2 to shoot. Got to turn and put up a tough one at the side of the backboard, and the shot clock expires. It'll be Milwaukee basketball on the turnover. For Cleveland State, just their 7th turnover today. 5:20 to go. Cleveland State in the lead by 17 as Majak is out and Johnson is in.
That was terrific defense by Milwaukee, and Newby especially. They're really showing a lot of intensity right now.
Yeah,
but they didn't bring it early enough.
Yeah, Milwaukee is definitely not giving up here. They're down by 17, trailed by as many as 24 here in the second half. 25 actually, the largest deficit they faced. They've got it down to 17. There's 5:10 left. Baldwin has it on the right wing. Tandem 2-3 zone. Patrick Baldwin Jr. A couple of dribbles. Throws it cross court over on the left side. Catching it there is Golston out top. Here's Lathan. Dribbles to the right elbow. 9 on the shot clock. Goes right outside the block and scores it off the window from about 7 feet. Good backboard shot there by Lathan. He's got 6. 72-57. Cleveland State's lead down to 15. So Milwaukee's cut 10 off that margin now. Hill on the right side. Hill spins. Hill gives to Johnson at the left point. Johnson with 15 on the shot clock. Waits for Hill. Hands it to him on top. He's being ridden there by Golston. And yep, foul on Golston, who had an arm in his side throughout that entire exchange. So the foul on Golston is the 6th against Milwaukee in the second half. 3rd personal against Golston there.
Them on the hip, and we see on the replay.
So I'll let you get away with that a little bit, but if you continue to leave the hand there, that's going to be a call.
If you're getting an advantage as slowing that momentum down, then they'll call it.
Inbounds coming with a new 20 on the shot clock from Parker, right at the backboard. Wants Patton, and we've got a hold on Milwaukee. Thomas was holding Patton, who was trying to cut across the lane. So Thomas picks up his first personal. That's the 7th foul against Milwaukee in the second half. So Torrey Patton will have a 1-and-1 at the line to our left. It'll be his first free throw of the day. Torrey Patton 65% from the line this year. This afternoon, 13.6 boards for Patton.
Torrey's improved his 3-ball by starting the ball up a little bit higher. See if he uses his legs. That's it. A lot of times he doesn't use his legs like he needs to. If he raises the ball a little bit in his pocket and then uses his legs better, he'll be more consistent. He's doing it on his three-point shot, though, lately. That's the difference I've noticed on his shot.
73-57. One more free throw for Torrey Patton. It's on the way. It's good. 74-57. Torrey with 14 today. Actually 15 with that second make. Hodge is back for the Vikings. He'll replace Patton with 4:33 to go. Cleveland State leaders by 17. Baldwin will inbound. Cleveland State with a... Well, they showed a diamond and one. It's basically a man-to-man off the inbounds. It'll come to Thomas. Now they'll back it off. Thomas against Johnson in the front court. Drives into the lane. Kicks it out. Left wing Golston in rhythm for three. Around the rim and out. Spider Johnson, another Cleveland State rebound. That's Johnson's 8th board of the day. Over to Parker. Now Gomillion flies ahead. Finds Hodge. Wide open under the basket. Lays in the reverse. 19 for Hodge. Solid assist from Gomillion. 19-point lead for Cleveland State as we approach the 4-minute mark.
Great fast break. Poor transition defense by Milwaukee.
There's Newby in the lane. Went in the air. Found Lathan on the right wing. Tough jumper is no good from about 18, but Hodge got him with the body. And a couple of free throws coming for Milwaukee when we come back. The foul on Hodge is his second. It's the 9th foul against Cleveland State in the second half. We'll take a timeout. Vikings running the floor. They're up 76-57.
Mackey was right on.
Certainly is. And while we're back on ESPN Plus, we want to thank our great crew here today. There we go. Corey Shine directing. Andrew Jerkiak producing. He plays Adam Wrench. Graphics, Kaylee Obert. Our camera folks, Jack Lipka, Nicholas Muscarella, and Dylan Roberts.
All right.
They always do a fantastic job.
We got a happy
here,
crew, too.
We
They're dancing.
All their fine efforts as usual today. All working hard. We love that. So, if you missed it, Pat was referring to an impression he did of his former head coach, Kevin Mackey. And so he's getting some texts now from people that are saying they enjoyed it. Lathan at the line to the right gets a couple of free throws.
I don't know if Coach Mackey would enjoy it.
Probably not, but he would still, he'd probably just shake his head and go, Pat, 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 right? Something like that.
My favorite story is the day before we played Indiana. I drove in practice against Eric Mudd and charged. He said, Pat, I didn't come here to Syracuse to watch you put the ball on the floor. You couldn't dribble past your own grandmother. And
that's Coach Mickey for you.
I didn't say anything back, but I'm pretty sure I could have taken my grandmother to the hole.
If you say so. I haven't seen her play D, so I don't know.
She was pretty tough, but I think I could have taken her off the dribble.
I see. Cleveland State with the ball. 3:45 to go. They're up 76-58. Here's Gomillion on the right wing. He'll go sideline right to Parker. Down low Johnson. Pumps, waits, shoots, scores. Won't count. He's called for traveling. So with 3:38 to go, give it back to Milwaukee. That's the Vikings' 8th turnover today. Milwaukee has 7. Cleveland State in the lead by 18. It's Newby, Baldwin, Golston, Lathan, and Sims on the floor. Here's Thomas for three. Good from the right sideline. All net on the high-arcing three-point shot. Nothing but net there for Thomas. He's got 13. 76-61 Vikings. 3:22 left. Finstone gets it in. Johnson collects in the backcourt against full court pressure. He'll give to Parker. Now he'll come ahead with Newby. So he waves his team down the floor. Vikings by 15. 3:12 left. Parker between the circles. Gives it to Johnson. Outside the arc right wing. Baldwin is marker. Waits for Gomillion. Fakes the handoff to him. Gives left side instead to Parker. Parker dribbles to the right elbow. Goes down low to a cutter. Finstone found Johnson. Puts it up. Good and fouled. Finstone unselfishly gave it up. He was in a bit of a pickle with the double team. Found Johnson, who laid it in. Count the basket. He's got 9. He'll look for 10 at the line. It'll be the 5th and 1 today for Cleveland State.
The passing is just spectacular among these guys. Every one of them looks to make a better pass than the other guy, and it's so much fun to watch. Dennis Gates has brought such a tremendous style of basketball here for us.
Now they'll go and check the clock. So the clock above the scoreboard is out. Above the basket, I beg your pardon. All the other scoreboards are on. It's 2:59. There's the one that is working. 78-61 Cleveland State. So they used to have the clock. The shot clock above the backboard on the other side is not working. So that's what we have. They'll double check on that.
We're going to play without that down there. The shot clock, we're going to use that one right there. Yep.
So they're going to play without it.
It's on now.
Came back on. There's the Cleveland State Viking remaining schedule for you. 2 more home games left and 5 on the road as the free throw by Johnson is good.
It'd be nice to get a bus going up to Detroit for that Oakland game. It'd be a fun one.
Maybe you could drive. Here's Lathan on the right sideline. He'll try the fadeaway 3, just missed off the front iron. Hodge the rebound. 79-61 Vikings. 2:45 to go. Cleveland State's been in control throughout today. Parker will bounce pass it into Finstone. He'll jump pass it. No look down low to Hodge. Clock is out again above that backboard, so they'll continue without it. Now it pops back on. Gomillion checks it. It's not moving though.
It's got a different time than the other one too.
So now he's holding it on the right side. 8 to shoot. Gomillion around the screen. Gomillion to the left elbow. Left of the lane. 4 to shoot. Turns. Pumps. Out to Hodge. 3-pointer with 2 on the shot clock. Hit the rim. No good. Rebound battle. Won by Baldwin. Ball against Gomillion. Now we'll try to get it out of there. He got fouled by Gomillion, who held him as he swept the arms. Coaches tell you to do that. You get the arms in there on the defender, sweeping through, and that's exactly what Baldwin did to draw the foul on Trey. That's his 3rd.
Well, this is kind of an unnecessary foul from from Trey. He was trying to make up. He thought he had the rebound. He was just a little bit too hyped up. And,
so, yeah, we'll walk it down to the other end.
No
Patrick
reason
Baldwin
to put them
Jr.
on the line in that situation.
76% of the stripe this season has 2. First one is up and in for Baldwin, who has a very nice release. His 4th point today. He's 2 of 3 at the line, just 1 of 8 from the field. 79-62 Vikings with 2:13 left. Lathan is out. Sims is back in. One more free throw for Patrick Baldwin Jr. came into today, averaging 13 points, 6 boards. Future first-round NBA draft pick sinks the second one. 79-63 Cleveland State. And now Hill will come in for Finstone. Sits down with 7 points, 2 boards. There's Yahil Hill. There's Finstone. Told you about his
tremendous
7 points, 2 boards. Yeah, Hill with 17 points off the bench. And Hill has the ball in the backcourt, working against full court pressure. Come ahead against Newby. 2:05 to go. 79-63 Vikings. Hill just dribbling the ball at the center floor logo, killing some clock here as we go under the 2-minute mark. Newby on Hill as he steers it to the left wing out about 30 feet. Here comes the Johnson screen. He'll use it. Head to the right. Pass it left side to Hodge. Down low Gomillion. 6 on the shot clock. Backs down Baldwin. Turns. Leans. Fades from 8. Good! Trey Gomillion. Some classic low post basketball there. On the fadeaway jump shot. Great one there by Gomillion. He's got 8.
Senior versus a freshman. Right there.
81-63. Newby the other way. Drives the paint and scores the lay-in. Newby with the dozen. 81-65. CSU with 1:28 to go. Gomillion looking to get it in. Looking. Gets it into Hill. Hill dribbling ahead. He's got Hodge wide open. Finds him. Going to the basket. He got there. Scores the layup. Hodge with 21. 81-65 Vikings. 1:18 to go. Into the front court, Newby. Newby on the right wing. Newby drives the lane. Kicks it out. Golston. He'll dribble in. Stop mid-post left. Goes baseline left. Sims from 15. Jumper rim off. Gomillion had the rebound. Poked away, though, by Golston. Took it to the rack and scored. Now we've got a timeout. The minute to go. Count the basket. 83-67. Gomillion on the last exchange. Got hurt a little bit.
When the ball got poked, oh, he busted chin. Probably like a slight dislocation of one of his fingers, usually when there's a hard slap down like that.
Patton will come in for him.
If it's already been in a finger that he's injured previously, a lot of times it just jars that scar tissue loose. That's really painful stuff.
So coming on the floor for Milwaukee, Nick Pappas in for the first time.
Watch the long baseball pass coming.
Kyle Ross also in for the first time for Milwaukee. Hill has it in the backcourt. He'll dribble ahead. Less than a minute to play. Vikings by 16. Hill in the front court. Hill dribbling on the center floor logo, guarded by Hancock. Continues to dribble. Out on the right side. Crosses over. He's killing some clock here. Hill. A couple of crossovers. Now goes to work. Pull-up jumper. 17. Right elbow just behind it. Short. Pappas the Milwaukee rebound. Long ahead. Hancock. Hancock goes to the rack. Stop in the lane. Finger rolls it up and in. It's moved by Hancock. He's got 5. Cleveland State a sub timeout with 32.9 to go. 83-69. Look at the walk-ons. Ben Sternberg checks in. Aria Escanari comes in as well. Round of applause for Hodge and Johnson who check out, and for the walk-ons who get in for the second straight game. 32.9 to go. 83-69. Patton trying to inbound. finds Escondar, who comes back, who finds Hill. Into the front court he goes. Differential 2 seconds on the shot and game clock. Hill will give to Patton. Patton now holding the basketball. There comes Sternberg. He'll hand it to him. Sternberg on the right wing. Ben will go to work. Crowd comes to life. Sternberg going to the basket. Gonna force it up. Didn't get it, but through the foul. Boy, the bench exploded for Benny.
That's beautiful.
Man, he almost had a three-point play. Well, if you know Ben Sternberg, he's got one of the best attitudes ever. He cheers on his teammates like you wouldn't believe. Watch the bench. They wanted him to score. He'll go to the line where he's a perfect 2 of 2 this year.
Hey, he scored in the NCAA tournament against Houston last year.
2 of 2 at the line. Gets first free throw to a delighted Cleveland faithful here. 84-69 Vikings, 13.9 to go. Patton checked out, Woodridge checks in. One more free throw for Ben Sternberg.
Hey, Ben was a good player at Lakeland Community College.
Yep.
I mean, coaches don't just give guys walk-on spots. You got to earn it, and he did. He's a tough kid.
Second free throw, no good. Ross going to the rack, and he scores. Nice drive for Kyle Ross. Gets a couple of points, 84-71. That'll probably be the final margin. Inbounds to Hill. He'll dribble out the clock. 2 seconds, 1. Game over. Final score here today in Cleveland. CSU 84, Milwaukee 71, as the Vikings improve to 16-5 overall, 12-2 in the Horizon League. They're in first place by 2 games over Oakland. Milwaukee falls to 7-17, 5-10 in the HL.
This is